Brought to you by the new Faro's Lounge Kickstarter. Last night we got by. Sorry, we're in class session. Part 7 is done yesterday, so now we're up to part 8, pages 15 and 16 today of part 3 of our AracKnight Returns series, the sequel to the AracKnight. My God, look how far across we've gone. Could you imagine we make it to a third one? That'll have to be 6 volumes. The first volume, the AracKnight's 4 chapters. So now, of course, we got to make this one 5. And if we get to another one, we're gonna have to make it 6. This is the trilogy. Shit, you'll have to do 7 volumes for the fucking quadrology. Who the fuck knows? Let's get this one done first. All right, recap. Page 13. Close up on Agent Clemmer bringing up the center console control pad for the cruiser to arm the weapons of the vehicle. Who are these clowns? What are they right? Remember we left off the hitmen where they went through Venusville airspace. Some bikers gonna try and take them down. They've got the body. I'm sorry, they got the brain, the living brain of Dr. O to be brought in to help save Tony Stark. Our story's getting crazy, ridiculous, and it's so much fun. They have the air cruiser coming down from Empire City, and they're going to be intercepted. Who are these clowns? What are they riding? What are they riding? Keith's men, riding suicides. Latest in Wasteland Tech. The latest in Wasteland Tech. Hold your breath. Air cruiser shoots out a giant surrounding smoke screen a la the video game Spy Hunter as the cruiser blasts off to evade the bikers. Fury, this is Clemmer. I got you, Clemmer. Well, come in, Agent Clemmer. Come in, Agent Clemmer. The good news is we may have uncovered the location of Venusville. The bad news is they found us first. How many you got? 5 suicycles. I will take them to the mounters. Arrange visual reception, please. Understood. Carry on. The hitmen take offensive attack maneuvers all around the air cruiser. Clamber will try to evade them by taking a sharp turn around what looks like a Martian mountain peak. A hitman biker cruises right above them as he hits a button on his handlebar. Why do they call them suicycles? The hitman leaps backwards from his suicycle as it caroms into the mountain peak and explodes in gorgeous, glorious fashion, shooting a series of glowing projectiles at the air cruiser as the mountain peak crumbles and nearly takes them down. Question asked, question in. Hang on! We see another hitman who leapt off his exploding cycle. We see the hitman who leapt off his exploding cycle land onto the backside of another hitman's flying suicycle coming towards them. The air cruiser is taking massive punishment as it continues to barely evade the fire of the remaining 4 suicycles attacking. This is all for nothing if we lose that tank. I am open to suggestion. Allow me to improvise then. As one of the suicycles tries to swipe across the roof of the cruiser with a saw blade mounted on the front, Spider-Man shoots a web at the blade and cycle. Hey, Clemmer, tell Fury to track me to this Venusville. He's sacrificing himself. He's going to try and get caught again. But that doesn't work out that way. Spider-Man then uses the shot to leap off the cruiser and towards the oncoming suicycle. We see the close-up shot of the hitman, first looking worried, as he pulls out a camera to record Spider-Man for some reason. Just not for some reason, just picks it up to record Spider-Man. So it's a show you want, pal. Well, let me introduce you to some sweet chin mute. Ah, shit. The hitman's expression turns from worry to psychotic delight as we see him about to trigger his exploding cycle feature right as Spider-Man is about to land his finishing move kick. The hitman holds up a camera device towards Spider-Man, hitting another button like he is duly recording Spider-Man and also triggered the self-destruct mode of his suicycle. Ah, shit. Page 14. Once again, we get a gorgeous fireworks show as the suicycle explodes before Spider-Man can land his kick and steal the vehicle. His plans all awry, and now the explosion has knocked him almost into orbit as he spins and flips out of control in the air from the force of the explosion. I'd like to tell you the rest of this story. The buildup of excitement as Fury's cavalry arrived just in time. I got to listen to the beginning of it, before I fell into the hitman's trap. After that, I'm pretty sure I swallowed the comlink, or it was blasted through my chest. Let's move this. Yeah. As Spider-Man falls to the earth unconscious, we see the hitman who set up the trap is falling towards Spider-Man with his guns drawn to blow him away. I can hear my heartbeat slowly fluttering. Even the healing factor has limits. I suddenly feel tremendous guilt as I consider this may be my final moment. I think about Jameson holding on to his son back in Empire City. I think about the lengths Fury will go to save Stark. I think about the lengths Fury will go to save Stark and prevent American slavery. And then once again, I feel that guilt. I should have done more with these gifts. I should have been helping in the wasteland. As the hitman is about to open fire, he is taken out by a pumpkin bomb. Stolen Osborne tech. I just put that. Yeah, like that. But then I remember, I didn't know any of this was going on. Put this. Yeah, there we go. I didn't know any of this was going on. I was a pawn of Fury, Jameson, Osborne. My guilt clears, and suddenly I can hear Uncle Ben telling me to hang on, telling me there will be pancakes. The dead hitman goes flying into another suicide before he can evade, taking him out as well. I wonder now if I can. I wonder now if I'm giving my ego too much boost. Like, what if Fury's just using me again to be his delivery boy? And this isn't a recruitment mission. And then I think about Agent Clemmer, and a different kind of guilt takes over. Cute and sexy, cute, cute. Oh, wait. As the other two suicycles attempt to attack, they're faced off in battle by a pair of mini two-seater copters. Both have two hot leather catsuit-clad Charlie's Angels type femme fatales seated in the two-seat minicopters. One is piloting, the other holds a weapon. It is a double splash-page shot, with the captions acting as introduction credits for the femme fatales. Apparently, there were perks for being a super spy in post-Civil War II America, such as being able to have a roster completely made up. Such as being able to have a roster completely made up of dangerous vixens who defected from other countries and factions. Fury ran down the roster as he called plays like Matt. Shishan, aka Silk Saber, a runaway from Madripoor. Gloria Grant, aka Velvet Viper, a voodoo priestess from Storyville. Not a runaway, a defector. Aka Silk Saber, a defector from Madripoor. Gloria Grant, aka Velvet Viper, a voodoo priestess from Storyville. In the second splash shot, we see the second pair of femme fatale sexy super spy agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Colleen Wing, aka Steel Serpent. Colleen Wing, aka Steel Serpent, supposedly from the hidden triad kingdom of Kunlun. Misty Knight, aka the Hammer of Harlem. Former heavyweight champion of the world. Fade to black as Spider-Man passes out while caught in a rescue catch net, while the pair of agents take out the rest of the suicycles. Can we move this here? I like that. That works. I wonder if Fury really doesn't have a. I wonder if Fury really doesn't have a lineup made up exclusively of gorgeous leather catsuit-clad women, and that I just died in this explosion. You don't say this is Valhalla. And then I died. I wonder if Fury really doesn't have a lineup made up exclusively of gorgeous leather catsuit-clad women, and then I just died and then I died in the explosion. And this is heaven. That's cheesy, you would say. Fade to black as Spider-Man passes out. Maybe I did die in the explosion. See, he would say that if he wakes up and it's Liz Allen. I wonder if Fury really doesn't have. It's not a good line. Or perhaps, or perhaps Fury doesn't have. Or perhaps Fury doesn't have a lineup made up exclusively of gorgeous leather catsuit-clad women, and I just died in the explosion. You just died in the explosion. Nothing here I could use. Perhaps Fury doesn't have a lineup made up exclusively of gorgeous leather catsuit-clad women. I just died in the explosion. I don't know if I like that end line. Fade to black as Spider-Man passes out while caught in a rescue catch net while the pair of agents take out the rest of the suicide list. Perhaps Fury doesn't have a lineup made up exclusively of gorgeous leather catsuit-clad women. And I just died in this, or maybe I just died in the explosion. And these are the couriers. Irregular Charlie's Angels. Or maybe I did die in the explosion. And these are Charlie's Angels. All right, that's better. I don't like Fury doesn't have a lineup exclusively. That's stupid. That's cheesy. Well, maybe I did die in the explosion. Maybe I did die in the explosion. Maybe I did die in the explosion. Then these are Charlie's Angels. Boom, done. Maybe I did die in the explosion. And these are Charlie's Angels. So I didn't like how we just said it again, made up exclusively of hot women, because he said it here already. I don't like double speak. It shows no class, it shows no honor and talent as a writer. Double speak sucks. The page was so perfect. Well, maybe I did die in the explosion. And these are Charlie's Angels. Boom. Done! That's what we want them to be anyway. That's what we're saying they are. But you say they're Charlie's Angels in the exposition, it's fucking stupid. Now, here we are. Page 15. All right, what the fuck are we doing on page 15? Spider-Man just passed out. Charlie's Angels just saved him. But remember, that hitman was taking camera shots of him. He's taking camera footage. So what I'm thinking here is 15. We reveal that while they're looking for Venusville, Venusville's looking for them. We should have a nice big heavy in charge of this, whatever this Venusville hidden level base is. Arrange usual reception, please. I love weaving all my James Bond shit into here. Makes me feel like I'm hanging with my dad still, you know? It's a good feeling. We need that as we get older. We pull these nostalgia triggers. All right. Do some mining. Do some writing. He's swinging out of there. All the hitmen are dead because these girls took him out. Now, they should be getting recorded. They should have been used to them going out there and getting fucking killed. I'm thinking we have 254. I'll take it. 254%. Need more. Bastardo. All right, what was he doing? All right, so here we go. As the agents take off victorious, we should transition to a camera watching this unfold. This should reveal our mystery overseer of Venusville, who will have Sandman and Vulture flanking him. He will reveal that he wasn't sending them out because he wants to know what Fury is up. So this is either Hydra or the Hand or someone independent with a huge colony hidden in the mountains. A subterranean brothel compound, resort, etc. That's where I think we're going. We can have them watching over, and then Peter will wake up. Peter wakes up, being attended to by Liz Allen, aka Molten Lily. Now that I like. Molten Lily. The Nurse. By Nurse Liz Allen. AKA Molten Lily. Alright, so we know where we're gonna go. Peter will have to get a mission. Peter will see. We'll see how they rig up Dr. O to fix Tony Stark in order for something to trade. Now, so what we need to do is we need to figure out how to get Dr. O to operate on Tony Stark. Remember, he was brought in, this living brain was brought in for a reason. The idea is that he'll be allowed to be given a body, or work, or purpose. We definitely need to have some sort of scene with Fury and Dr. O. That's the whole beauty of doing this writing and the way we write these assignments is that we purposely pin ourselves into corners so that we have to write our way out of them. And that's kind of the fun plus / challenging part. Peter will agree to it, whatever the fuck. Remember, we also have John Jameson in the wings as a werewolf. We can always end this issue with that little reveal, depending on how we want to wrap this up. If this is where we are right now, children. People's Liberation Front, Michael Morbius in Storyville. John Jameson as DeWolf, Dr. Erskine. All right, so here we are, page 15. Let's figure out how we want to lay this out. Let's do some good old-fashioned mining. Starting with the flagship title, we take you back to winter 1978. February 1978. Look how close we are getting to the 80s. See, now that I'm 49 years old and this is 1978, we realize we're 48 years away. We're still 48 years away from modern day Spider-Man. Just finished up. Well, good for you. Finds himself at the center of a gangland convention. Right to him. I'll be home in a couple of hours, if that's cool. By 8:39, or I can pick up now, whatever works. Motherfucker, because I'm right now. Daddy's right, you gotta wait. Gotta pick up my dinners. All right. Spider-Man finds himself at the center of gangland convention. Let's do this shit. Let's write some bloody pages, shall we? We kind of know where we want to go, so let's get there. Let's let's get. We gotta go. The Green Goblin has returned. We know what happened. We know the big reveal, of course, will be that it's not really Harry Osborn flipping out. It's a stupid fucking psychiatrist. Like I said, I haven't been the biggest fan of this particular run right now in Spider-Man, but we are getting shit out of it, working with our own writing. We last left off, he threw Flash Thompson out a fucking window. And Spider-Man's got to fight the Goblin. It's a fucking brawl. He's got to save Flash's life, who's falling out the window, fucking swing his ass back up top. And then Spider-Man gets kicked out the window. He's got to save himself. Then he swings into a car, nearly fucking fucks the guy up in the car, kicks his way through the door, out the window, into the street. I kind of like that. That was actually a cool little twist. The Green Goblin will destroy you. Look at my car. Look at my car. I don't want to just put down those doors and put up your dukes. I like that. So that's cute. That's cute writing. All right. Ask you what's the thing? Same thing. What's going on here? I thought it was only Harry in a makeshift Green Goblin outfit who smashed up our apartment, acting like at his own feces. That was the real Green Goblin, Spidey. Heaven only knows what he's done with my roommate. He still thinks they're different people. Everybody thinks they're different people. But this guy's to be. He wants to be. You may as well get used to your captivity since you are going to remain here until I have achieved my ultimate ambition to become the crime boss of all New York. Southwest First Avenue. Flow. Also called 301 Brickell. All right. Couldn't bear to see your sniveling any longer. I'm gonna torture you. I'm gonna steal your fucking woman. I'm gonna kick your ass. Aunt May's in fucking the hospital. I'll save you, Aunt May. I swear to God. Here's Mary Jane. Can I feel up Mary Jane a little bit? Maybe when Peter's down there, he's in their training facility. Remember, they are hidden under the White House. I wish I used the busted up air carrier. I should have done the busted aircraft carrier instead. But I didn't want to configure that right now. I like the White House. The ruins of DC. Before I'm done, one of you will tell me what I want to know. So basically, Goblin's going around beating the living shit out of everybody, the fake Goblin. He wants to take over. He's left his college textbooks untouched. Instead, his thoughts churning. He's not studying. He's always thinking about his Aunt May and Harry Osborn and Norman Osborn. God damn it. Yellow. Yep. Oh, okay. Well, then screw you. Love you too. My mother called me by accident. If anyone is to blame, it's Norman Osborn, Harry's father. It was his fault. It was an accidental chemical explosion which caused Osborn's brain damage. Transformed into the Green Goblin, who knows my secret identity, who killed Gwen Stacy. See, we're bringing Gwen Stacy back. If anything, if Norman Osborn survives, remember, he was left out there in the wasteland. Spider-Man was going to kill him, but then left him. He gave him a life for a life. He exiled him from Empire City. Harry was in the footsteps. Harry was crazy. This happened 8,000 years ago. And the idea is we're supposed to be led on a wild goose chase that Harry Osborn has once again become the Green Goblin. And then we have gangland executions. Not so long as my trusty webbing cripes. I forgot my still attached. Let's do this the hard way. He beats the shit out of the fucking gangsters about to kill somebody. Who are their victims? What was this all about? No identification. Just an invitation. Oh, it's a gangland party. Wait a minute. Top of the world, huh? Are they having a meeting at the Twin Towers? So Aunt May's having another fucking heart attack. Little Aunt May, Peter can't answer because he's too busy. Oh, I love it. Oh, shit, here we go. Oh, this is sad. This is sad because they just built the Twin Towers too, and now they're doing a fucking scene there, and now they're gone. They were fucking wiped out by terrorists. But at the moment, unfortunately, our hapless hero is pretty much occupied elsewhere. That invitation could be gibberish, but somehow I don't think so. There's something going on there tonight. I'm going to find out what. There's a restaurant called the Top of the World, located at the top of the World Trade Center. My God, they're not even here anymore. If your curiosity is as great as ours, true believer, why don't we proceed to Spider-Man? These are at the New York's famous Twin Towers, and check out the situation for ourselves. Wow. I totally forgot that they meet all the way at the top of the Twin Towers. Apology accepted, gentlemen. My name is Silvermane. Oh, I like Silver. We are assembled. I'd like to introduce myself to those of you who may not know me. See, the Kingpin's gone. We all know who you are, Silvermane. What do we want? We want those politicians that you keep in your pockets, like so many nickels and dimes. Really quite simple, my friends. For years, you gentlemen have fought amongst yourselves control of New York Syndicate. This very evening, fat Jack Jackson was gunned down on his way to the meeting. But I propose to end such insanity. I told you here to consolidate the city's underworld elements into one single overpowered conglomerate. Then King Green Goblin crashing through the fucking windows of the World Trade Center. This is trippy. This building is not here anymore. This building was wiped out by fucking terrorists. They have a whole scene in here. Control of the New York rackets. I, the Green Goblin, are coming to do that. Spider-Man jumps to the top of the Twin Towers. These guys are fighting on top of the Twin Towers. Green Goblin versus Silvermane. That isn't your goal. That surprises me, Goblin. It's your audacity. I have always been a crime king first, as rudely as the Magia, and then as head of Hydra. Well, Spider-Man and Daredevil. What are your qualifications, madman? No, Goblin, I'm afraid that you all have earned you as a swift and sudden death. Finish him! So they all start shooting at the Goblin. He starts whipping around, whipping some ass all of a sudden. I guess he's taking the Goblin drugs, because you don't just put on the outfit and suddenly you're the fucking Green Goblin. This Goblin's tossing fucking heads. He's throwing people around. He's jumping this guy. Silvermane could be the fucking guy running. Silvermane could be our guy. That's what we could have mined out of this issue. But you could be hardly offer us that we don't already have. All of the heroes in this town who causes you the most trouble, Spider-Man. He says, look, I will take out Spider-Man. It's simple. Kill the Batman. He says, if I take out Spider-Man, I'll be the head of the crime syndicates here. Green grows the goblin. That wasn't a half bad. I like that. You know, that was a good issue. You can't rip when they get good. I got a feeling this won't be good. But they say, this Arcane was actually this was a sleeper. And it's got a great team. This is the X-Men team here. This is Claremont and fucking Byrne. So you maybe not can go wrong with this issue. By all means, there should be 2 panels per issue if we're doing 6 issues. As the agents take off victorious, we transition to a camera, to a surveillance, transition to the camera footage. We should transition to the camera footage that was taken by the now dead hitman. We see the view of the camera from a dark chamber. A dark chamber of spectators watching this unfold, watching it unfold. Okay. We see the view of the camera from a dark chamber of spectators watching it unfold. As the agents take off victorious, we transition to the camera footage that was taken by the now dead hit. We see the view of the camera from a dark chamber of spectators watching it unfold. Let's get our dialogue. Yeah. I still think you should have sent us, boss. Still think you should have sent us. I still think you should have sent us. Mystery villain. And what would that have accomplished? And what would that have accomplished? And what would that have accomplished, my monstrous friend? We don't have the equipment. We don't have the equipment or expertise. We don't have the equipment or expertise to handle. We don't have the equipment or expertise to handle your friend's condition. But whoever is carrying that cargo does. I still think you should have sent us. And what would that have accomplished, my monstrous friend? We don't have the equipment or expertise to handle your friend's condition. Whatever is carrying that cargo does. Fury. That bastard Fury. That bastard Fury. Are you sure it is the doctor with them? Are you sure it's the doctor with them? Mystery villain? I have my sources. The idea is that he's got a mole. He's probably more than likely got a cop up there that gets a hold of him. A guy that likes to visit Venusville. I have my sources. Okay. So they're watching the camera footage. As the agents take off victorious, we transition to the camera footage that was taken by the now dead hitman. We see the view of the camera from a dark chamber of spectators watching it unfold. I still think you should have sent us. And what would that have accomplished, my monstrous friend? We don't have the equipment or expertise to handle your friend's condition. But whoever is carrying that cargo does. That bastard Fury. You sure it's the doctor? You sure it's the doctor with them? Bastard Fury. Are you sure it's the doctor with them? I have my sources. We see the close-up shot of a beacon, of a blinking beacon. We see the close-up shot we see the close-up shot of a blinking beacon tracing the air cruiser back to the old ruins of Washington, of the capital. Of the capital. Of Capital City. We see the close-up shot of a blinking beacon tracing the air cruiser back to the old ruins of Capital City. In the glow of the blinking beacon, we can see that whoever our mystery villain is, he is talking to the Vulture and the Sandman. I have my sources. There we go. Whoever this person is has a plan. We still don't know who the fuck a person is yet because I haven't figured it out yet. Is it Silvermane? As we're playing around, it could be fucking Arcade. We won't know till we get to the part where we have to mine whoever he is. In the glow of the blinking beacon, we can see that whoever our mystery villain is, he is talking to the vulture and the Sandman of Capital City on the new twisted map of the U.S. wastelands and surroundings. In the glow of the blinking beacon, we can see that whoever our mystery villain is, he is talking to the vulture and the Sandman, who now seem to be his flunkies. Right? I have my sources. And soon we will have their location. Let Shield do all the heavy lifting. Let Shield do all the heavy lifting of putting your colleague back together. Let Shield do all the heavy lifting of putting your colleague back together. I mean, this could be Red Skull. You know, fuck it. We don't know who our villain is yet. And soon we will have their location. Let Shield do all the heavy lifting of putting your colleague back together. And once we are ready, let Shield do all the heavy lifting of putting your colleague back together. And once we are ready, we will strike. And once they are finished, we will strike. And soon we will have their location. Let Shield do all the heavy lifting of putting your colleague back together. And once they are finished, we will strike. You shall have your revenge. I say, you shall have your leader, and I shall have my revenge. And I shall have my revenge. Boom! So now whoever this is, he hates fucking Nick Fury. And soon we will have their location. Let Shield do all the heavy lifting of putting your colleague back together. And once they are finished, we will strike. You shall have your leader, and I shall have my revenge. Perfect line. I always love, I shall have my vengeance. You shall have your leader, and I shall have my vengeance. You can always be Craven the fucking Hunter. Either way, nice setup. All right. He wants to know what Fury's up to, so this is either Hydra or the Hand. We already got that part done. So I shall have my revenge. Is that all we want to do with those two now? Until we want to open that story up a little more, all we need is to know is that somebody was watching them. Somebody allowed those hitmen to go out there and get fucked up. They were hoping they'd take them in or razz them a little bit, but whoever this leader was, whoever this guy was planning, he wasn't intending on taking them. He had to slip a little tracer onto him. He will reveal that he wasn't sending them out because he wants to know what Fury's up to. Soon we will have their location. I still think you should have sent us. And what would that have accomplished, my monstrous friend? We don't have the equipment or expertise to handle your friend's condition. But whoever is carrying that cargo does. That bastard Fury. He's sure it's the doctor with them. I have my sources. I have my source at Winged One. Winged One. And soon we will have their location. Let's shield all the heavy lifting of putting your colleague back together. And once they are finished, we will strike. You shall have your leader, and I shall have my revenge. You know what the idea is perhaps one of these girls that works for Fury could be a double agent. We could do that. It could be Clemmer. No, it's not Clemmer. Could be Clemmer. It could be Clemmer. That could be a cool reveal. One of those hot chicks working for Fury's a double agent working for this Venusville. Or Fury could say, we have one of our girls inside. You know her. Mary Jane Watson. Nah, not yet. He will reveal that he wasn't sending them out because he wants to know what Fury's up to, of course. So this is Hydra the Hand, someone independent, someone who hates Nick Fury. Hydra. All right, let's see. Could be Arcade. Will it be Arcade? Will Arcade be our mystery man? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What the hell was that? 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you on? Okay, good. Good hit. There we go. All right. It's still February 1978. We're sitting at home waiting for our comic books to arrive. Our 3 Spider-Man titles get here, and we're at Spider-Man Team Up 66, where last time we left off, Spider-Man and his foreign exchange student roommate, Captain Britain, Brian Braddock, were rolled up by Arcade, and apparently going to wake up in Murder World. You know, Venusville could be like Murder World. He'd been crossing the street with Captain Britain on the police, taken out by a garbage truck, and they wake up in some sort of globe. I haven't the foggiest. All right. Assuming this is heaven. Aren't you the cockeyed optimist? Me, I'd like to know what this is all about. It's about murder, friend. In fact, 2 murders. Yours and Captain Britain's. Ain't it a peach? Del Maggi is paying me $1 million to kill a limey Joe named Brian Braddock because the computers indicate he's one of 50 people who may be Captain Britain. Well, Miss Locke, Mr. Chambers, if a 1 in 50 possibility is worth $1 million, how much do you think they'll pay for the good captain himself, plus Spider-Man to boot? All right, so let's get the show on the road. Big board below. Murder World! All right, this could be interesting. Inside Venusville could be this fucking murder world. Where nobody ever survives. Yeah, oh, they shot into a giant pinball machine. All right, now this is cool. All right, it's a huge pinball machine. This could be more something than Mysterio. Mysterio could be the guy running fucking, he could be the guy running Venusville. That room could have been a ball slot in the works. The Spider-Man's getting shot around. Motion of spheres and shocks on the bumpers. No chance to get any kind of decent leverage to bust free. He could have had Cappy meet. What is he going through all this trouble? The dead ball slot, it gave me another chance. All right, and I'm not going to blow it. Spider-Man's got to figure out how to get out of this while he's in a giant pinball machine. Too many people counting on me. He's thinking about Mary Jane. He busts out. The British guy's still in trouble. He's got to bust out Captain Britain. Sets up a little web cushion. Boom. Breaks it. Combined strength should shatter it. Stay loose, Red. The night's still young. We're not out of the woods yet. In fact, I have an uncomfortable feeling. Arcade, because it's time to put another ball in play. That sudden rumbling sound, Spidey. What? I'll give you a guess. Cripes, this one looks as big as a house. All right, it's a big boulder like fucking Indiana Jones. No better than the other guests who've entered my world of life and death. My doom ball has frozen you in your tracks right there. I want you. We've been suckered. They fall through the lion's mouth and the clown's face. Also, have to keep reminding myself how dangerous this murder world is. It's almost fun. Now, what? The obvious is way too out of touch. 2 doors. Hold up. Someone's in there. Who's this chick? It's Courtney Ross. That it is, Captain. A lady, so I'm told, who's close to your heart. Your lady needs rescuing, hero. You know what I mean. All you gotta do is drop her capsule down the clearly marked chute. All right, what the fuck is this? We got a fun house here. All the mirrors, the distorted reflections coming to life. This would probably look cool on TV or in a movie, but I feel like this has been done. I feel like Mysterio did this to Spider-Man in, what was it, the Brand New Day? Not Brand New Day. No Way Home, Far From Home, whatever the fuck it was called. Homecoming, Far From Home. He punches all the fucking things. There's a bunch of toys coming for him. Like everything I've seen in this Fleur Schliger. Is that him way of saying motherfucker? Which way do I go? Use my brain in the tunnel. He rips through the walls. He's got inside the inner circuits. Nothing I've ever seen before. I have a feeling even Reed Richards would have a hard time figuring this out. He's inside the Matrix. He's got to fuck the Matrix up so he can destroy Murder World. Here comes Captain Britain to save his girlfriend. He's got his little assistants. I haven't enjoyed myself this much in years. Don't ever disturb me in the middle of a game. There's a problem. I'm busy. Interesting Kane, a disruption in the power flow. Only one chance to get to her, so he's trying to save his bitch. Arcade, the sensors have picked up Spider-Man again. He's right outside. No good, web slinger. Even come close to reaching my control center. You're a man after my heart, but you'll find Arcade is never without resources. Alright, what the fuck is going on here with this story? Ripping through the old arcade to kill Arcade. Captain Britain gets out. They pull her out of her fucking little secret pod here. Next thing you know, they're shot up with gas. Everybody's out of control, but then they blow through it. Spider-Man destroys Murder World, sneaks in under the fucking thing, gets into a passing car, out through the dumb fucking manhole. It turns out they were inside some thing. Captain DeWolf, you're under arrest, you three, but on all points bulleted. To bring Captain in, Willis, not to play gangbusters. Aside from the city sewers, Captain DeWolf always got a nice little stogie in there. Did a Punisher type number on the commission, shot him to pieces. It'll be months before the families recover. Interpol says the Magia put out $1 million contract on Captain Britain here, but among others, some lone wolf got to their top hierarchy first. Ooh, someone's killing mobsters. Take off, pal, and make your excuses to headquarters. Thanks, lady cop. So long, Courtney. Red, you two take care. All right. Murder World is no more. Forget it, Captain Britain. He isn't important. He and Spidey beat you, boss, fair and square. What are you going to do now? I just got word both Rourke and Moran are dead. You will receive no payment from the Magia. As far as they're concerned, they never even heard of you or Captain Britain. Do Miss Locke. What are you going to do now? Do Miss Locke? Mr. Chambers. Why, I'm going to rebuild, of course, bigger and better than before. And then, my friends, when we're ready, we're going to invite the one and only Spider-Man back for a rematch. And guess who's going to win? Oh, God, that was a one-off. You cunts. Tigra. Tigra could definitely be another chick. She could be another hot S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. Should we make it that far? Which will bring up to the third title. You know what it is? I really just want to go through Amazing Spider-Man. Because sometimes going through these side titles are just no good. But we occasionally get some interesting shit. So we will keep going through them for now. Because again, they're all windows into the world of where Spider-Man was at this particular time and place. This fucking Razorback storyline, though. Jesus Christ. All right. Once they are finished, we will strike. You shall have your leader, and I shall have my vengeance. You shall have your leader, and I shall have my vengeance. And together, we shall have an empire. Fuck it. He's got a personal vendetta against Fury. He wasn't sending them out because he wants to know if Fury's up to. That was a quick interlude. We don't need to show any more of them. So we can have a shot of Spider-Man's kind of coming out of a blurry haze. Perhaps a blurry haze. He's coming out of a blurry haze and he sees Liz Allen, right? We cut to Peter waking up in the medical bay. We cut to Peter waking up in the medical bay of the hideout, of the bunker, under the White House, under the old White House. His blurry vision catches the shapely figure of a blonde nurse. But in the blurriness, it looks like she is holding a weapon instead of a syringe. You know, It'd be kind of cool. It's like, okay, so Spider-Man could be saying, why is it every time, why is it every time I wake up from being knocked unconscious? Why is it every time I wake up from being knocked out, there's always some dangerous, there's always some dangerous figure about to inject me. There's always some dangerous figure about to inject me with something. Why is it every time I wake up from being knocked out, there's always some dangerous figure about to inject me with something terrible, or drain me of something sacred. Peter comes into view. Peter's vision comes back. And he sees he is. Peter's vision comes back and he sees he is being attended to by Nurse Liz Allen, aka Molten Lily. Caption across the panel introduces Liz Allen, agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., medical, field medic, agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., field medic. Liz Allen, agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., field medic, aka Molten Lily. Caption across the panel introduces her. Liz Allen, agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., field medic, aka Molten Lily. Or drain me of something sacred. Peter's vision comes back and he sees he's being attended to by Nurse Liz Allen, aka Molten Lily. Who is what is she doing? To inject me with something terrible or drain me of something sacred. She could just say something sexy. Nice to see you awake. Nice to see you awake, Mr. Parker. Just a simple call me Peter. Nice not see. She can give him a nice little sexy look. I'll let Agent Fury know you're awake. I'll let Agent Fury know you're awake. Good evening, Mr. Parker. Good evening, Mr. Parker. I'll let Agent Fury know you're awake. No, what are we doing here? Call me Peter. She leaves. Call me James. Yeah, that's what he's got always do it. Now we got to figure out what the hell they're doing to rig up Dr. O to fix Tony Stark. Call me Peter, aka Field Medic. Liz Allen, agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., aka Molten Lily. Warner's former field medic, aka Molten Lily. Now, Molten Lily, you got to put the nickname in after, and that's a former field medic, aka Molten Liz Allen, aka Molten Lily, agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., former field medic. Good evening, Mr. Parker. Good evening, Mr. Parker. I'll let Agent Fury know you're awake. No, wait, that's a cheesy line. Good evening, Mr. Parker. Now that you're awake, now that you're awake, Agent Fury will be expecting you. Good evening, Mr. Parker. Now that you're awake, Agent Fury will be expecting you. Call me Peter. His blurry vision captures the shapely figure of a blonde nurse, but in the blurriness, it looks like she's holding a weapon instead of a syringe. Peter's vision comes back, and he sees he's being attended to by who is walking over to him. It's a fresh mug of steaming hot tea. Call me Peter. Peter will see how they rig him up. She says, call me Peter. So what happens now, panel 5, 6? What do we got here? The cameras follow them away. He wakes up. Call me Peter. So we should cut to them. Rigging, I mean, Dr. O's got to be rigged up in the White House here. We got to rig up Dr. O. Let's see what we can pull out of Spectacular Spider-Man. Huh. The final rage. More Flash Thompson and fucking Razorback. Hey, turns out the Man Beast was the hate monger. Believe that shit? How crazy was that reveal? Fucking asshole. Stupid fucking Razorback. But we have to give every issue a chance to see what we can mine from these here comic books. Stadium full of peeper, the hate monger, the fucking brother's son, brother love, whatever the fuck it is. A world created by one who is like unto a god, the high evolutionary. In that you knew very little in the inhabitants of a world which parallels the orbit of your own, though hidden from you by a barrier of time, on the far side of the sun, and called this creation Counter Earth. Oh, fucking Christ. Well, we fought with Adam Warlock. He created a paradise on this new world, but as he slept, evil appeared in the form of myself. Oh, you fuck. This is in Hulk, huh? Many were the battles betwixt the more than man and the man beast, but the final victory, or so he thought, went to the accursed Warlock. Instead of killing me, the moralistic scum left the task to others. Wow. He was hunted through the world like a man. He changed again into the man beast, but despite his departure, Warlock had left the world on its guard against the future resurgence of evil. I knew that for a time I must find other worlds to conquer, and so I used my ability to assume human guise, working towards a goal. He became a historic flight commander. They shot him into the stars, to the original Earth. and the very birth of high evolutionary, except for one power-lusting smuggler, Ahmed Koba. I landed in Western Vietnam and wedded to Shashan, sister's son. His power depended on disgusting her disgusting purity. He could never grow strong enough to defy me. Oh, because she was a virgin. He wanted to take her maidenhead. Trusting the fool. Oh, God, they give all this stupid backstory for this fucking dumb story. Try to give it a chance. And all these people are flipping out because people want to belong to a cult. They're lonely. We all alive? Ahmed, they need guidance, not preaching, or they will never reach safety. He's sitting there in the fucking Mobius chair. They're all pumping up fucking guards and whips and cunts and codes and maidens, maidenhood and maidenheads, and then Buford Poulis. He's got to fight. Flash has got to come save the day here at the Yonkers fucking stadium. This idiot's sitting in the fucking chair, man beast, Razorback's throwing him away. He's got to use him to hold up the fucking barrier. The whole thing comes caving in. Spider-Man's got to hold it up like that time against Dr. Octopus. He saves the day. Brother's son, everyone's fucking having a good time. Everybody's in the fucking Mobius chair. Fucking his sister Bobby Sue's coming down the thing. He's still wearing this dumb fucking Razorback outfit. It's hard to take this fucking story seriously when the man is dressed like a fucking hog. And then we have the man beast comes at him via hologram. No, no! Hate, kill all who do not believe. Feed on my hate, you mindless cattle. Oh, there's nothing I can't stand more than brainwashing and the cults and all this other dumb bullshit. Kill, destroy, kill, destroy. That's how I feel about the writers of this fucking issue. And then Flash is gonna save the day. Shashan's gonna save the day. Everyone's gonna save the day. He's got to get in there and beat the man beast in the Mobius chair. And then Bobby Sue comes in and she fights. And then Spider-Man punches him and breaks the fucking Mobius chair. And then blows up the fucking Mobius chair. And everybody explodes. And he gets Shashan out of there. And the fucking guy in the Razorback uniform gets his little fucking sister back so he can marry her in fucking Arkansas. And everyone's having a good fucking time. Woo! Sometimes mining is rough. When the issues aren't strong, when you're like, God, it's fucking bad. Is a reason why, like, none of these spectacular fucking Spider-Man's ever worth anything, because they're fucking stupid stories. And we could try, like I said, every now and then we pulled some good mining out of some of them. We pulled good mining out of these team-ups. It helps us open up the Spider-Man universe. But this is the flagship title. I feel like this is where you get your fucking meat. It might get to a point where you just want to stay here. But eventually it all stays here because all these other titles go out of fucking business. I think we're halfway through Team Up. Team Up is 150 issues. But how do we work that? Okay, call me Peter. The Razorbacks, all that bullshit, the cults. Peter will see how they rig up Tony Stark rig up Dr. O to fix Tony Stark. All right. Call me Peter. All right, call me Peter. He wakes up. Still wearing an old presidential robe. Still wearing an old, slightly messy presidential robe. Well, I mean, fuck it, they're down here for a while. Not to be slightly. Still wearing an old presidential. Still wearing. Not still wearing. Wearing an old presidential robe. Peter enters a main chamber of the bunker, holding his tea while inspecting the rigging that Fury has set up. We see the center of the chamber holds the now rigged up Bacta tank containing the living brain of Dr. Octopus. Of Dr. O. Dr. Octopus. He is floating vibrantly, but is connected to a heavy series of cables and what? Cables and filters. Like he is being strung up for torture or experimentation. Next to the tank is a large monitor spiking with vitals and sensors. As we see, the experiment and surgery is almost ready to be started. Next to the tank and the monitors, we see the bed, the medical bed, holding Tony Stark, who is also rigged up to computers as he continues to make adjustments to this risky medical procedure. That's a lot on that page. Set it up as a nice rigging. Spider-Man's going to come walking in. We'll get some lines here. Close up on Peter up against the glass, up against the back of the tank glass, staring directly at Dr. O. Close up on Peter and Tony Stark. Perhaps close up on what? Close up on Peter and Nick Fury. All right. Let's move our notes to page 16. We're getting up to Tigra. All right, let's finish page 15 first. We know how we are. So page 15 is now laid out. We got to finish the dialogue here. Wearing his old presidential robe, Peter enters a main chamber of the bunker holding his tea while inspecting the rigging that Fury has set up. You see the center of the chamber. The center of the chamber now holds the rigged up back to tank containing the living brain of Dr. Octopus. He is floating vibrantly but is connected to a heavy series of cables and filters, like he's being strung up for torture or experimentation. Next to the tank is a large monitor spiking with vitals and sensors as we see the experiment and surgery is almost ready to be started. To begin, not to begin, to be started, to begin. Next to the tank and the monitors, we see the medical bed holding Tony Stark, who is also rigged up to computers as he continues to make adjustments to this risky medical procedure. Close up of Peter against the back of the tank glass, staring directly at Dr. O. I like this. You know why? Because you know what we're going to do here is Fury's going to almost be like, you know what, we need you. Trust you've met Liz. It's a war nurse. Seen a lot of action. San Marte, Cordo Maltese. Close up on Peter against the back of the tank glass, staring directly at Dr. O. Cynic fear come in, so Fury sees Peter. If it isn't Spider-Man, if it isn't Spider-Man, we pulled Comlink. We removed the comlink from one of your cavities. If it isn't Spider-Man, if it isn't the amazing Spider-Man, if it isn't the amazing Spider-Man, if it isn't Spider-Man, we removed the comlink from one of your cavities. I'll wait till you finish. I'll wait till you finish your tea before I tell you which one. If it isn't Spider-Man, we removed the comlink from one of your cavities. I'll wait till you finish your tea before I tell you which one. It's Peter. Yeah. I'll leave it to mystery. I'll leave it to mystery things. This is good tea. Should be. Agent Clemmer. Agent Clemmer brought it from your place. Should be. Agent Clemmer. Agent Clemmer brought it from your place. I'll leave it to mystery, thanks. This is good tea. Should be. Agent Clemmer brought it from your place. Kind of implying he knows they were fucking. I kind of like that. Close up on Peter. Oh, good for you, girl. Close up on Peter against the back of the tank, staring directly at Dr. O. So what have you done? What have you done to him? So what have you done to him? Like any other villain, scoundrel, like any other villain or scoundrel, at the end of the day, Dr. O, as he is called, Dr. O as he is called, Dr. O, as he is called, is a businessman with a desire to be normal. Or in the lack of that option, to be involved in creating a cure. Like any other villain or scoundrel, at the end of the day, Dr. O, as he is called, is a businessman with a desire to be normal. With a desire to be normal. Or in the lack of that option, to be involved in creating a cure. So it's a simple matter of trading his expertise. So it's a simple matter of trading his expertise So it's a simple matter of trading his expertise for our connections. So it's a simple matter. All right. So this is the negotiation part. Here's the negotiation part. So what have you done to him? So what have you done to him? Like any other villainous scoundrel, at the end of the day, Dr. O, as he is called, is a businessman with a desire to be normal, or the lack of that option, to be involved in creating a cure. So it's a simple matter of trading his expertise for our connections. Plus, his own ego his own ego can't turn down the chance. Plus, his own ego can't turn down the chance of operating in the president's house or basement, or basement technically, or basement technically. Like any other villainous scoundrel, at the end of the day, Dr. O, as he is called, is a businessman with the desire to be normal, with the desire for a normal body, with the desire to be placed in a normal body. He's a businessman with the desire to be placed in a normal body, or the lack of that option, to be involved in creating a cure. So it's a simple matter of trading his expertise for our connections and our lab. For our connections and our lab. Plus, his own ego can't turn down the chance of operating in the president's house. Or basement, technically. Close up on Peter and Tony Stark. Or basement, technically. Plus, his own ego can't turn down a chance of operating in the president's house. Or basement, technically. For our connections in our lab. So if and when he saves Stark. If and when he saves Stark. So if and when he saves Stark, he can continue to work here with us on a new body, on a new shell. So if and when he saves Stark, he can continue to work here with us on our new shell. Plus, his own ego can't turn down the chance of operating in the president's house. Or basement, technically. Now we'll have Stark say off screen. Hey, kid. Close up on Peter and Tony Stark. All right, I like this. We're getting somewhere here. Yes, Mr. Stark. Yes, Mr. Stark. Just want to make sure you're cool with this. Yes, Mr. Stark. I just want to make sure you're cool with this. I know what this guy. I know you and this guy. I know you and this guy have history. Hey, a knight's code. Hey, a knight's code, remember? Yes, Mr. Stark. Just want to make sure you're cool with this. I know you and this guy have history. Hey, a knight's code, remember? Besides, besides, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people counting on you. Hey, a knight's code, remember? Besides, there's a lot of people counting on you. It's a small trade. Counting on us, Peter. When this is over, if it's ever over, we should talk about your future. We should talk about your future. I like that. Counting on us, Peter. Now he's saying counting on you, and he says, no, counting on us, Peter. When this is over, if it's ever over, we should talk about your future. Close up on Peter and Nick Fury, who walks over with Liz Allen as they are both wearing operating scrubs. When this is over, if it's ever over, we should talk about your future. And Fury will walk over. Let's end this page. Really fun. I like this. I like it like that. First things first. First things first, Mr. Stark. Close up on Peter and Nick Fury, who walks over with Liz Allen as they are both wearing operating scrubs. First things first, Mr. Stark. You have to make it out. But first things first, Mr. Stark. Close up on Peter and Nick Fury, who walks over with Liz Allen as they are both wearing operating scrubs. First things first, Mr. Stark. Let's make it to breakfast. You ready to suit up, Peter? You ready to suit up, Peter? He'll say. Why? Are we going after Venusville? First things first, Mr. Stark. Let's make it to breakfast. You ready to suit up, Peter? Why? Are we going after Venusville? Maybe later. But first, duty calls. Oh, wait. You mean... Well, Nurse Lily here. Well, Nurse Lily here is a field expert. Well, Nurse Lily here is a field veteran. Well, Nurse Lily here is a field veteran. Did tours in Corto Maltese, Did tours in Corto Maltese and San Marte. Well, Nurse Lily here is a field veteran. Did tours in Corto Maltese and San Marte. And I can hold my own. I can hold my own with a blade as well. And I can hold my own with a blade. However, we are short-staffed. You said you were a scientist. Well, Nurse Lily here is a field veteran. Did tours in Corto Maltese and San Marte. And I could hold my own with a blade. However, we are short-staffed. And you said you were a scientist. Oh, wait, you mean... But what about Dr. O? Well, he'll be walking us through it. Well, he'll be walking us through it. Well, he'll be walking us through it. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any hands. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any hands at the moment. Or any other body parts. Or any other useful body parts. Mobilely what? Unfortunately, he doesn't have any hands at the moment. Or any other useful body parts. Nurse Lily here is a field veteran. Did tours in Corto Maltese and San Marte. And I could hold my own with a blade. Have we are short-staffed. Have we are short-staffed. And you said you were a scientist. I like that. Right after he doesn't have to say, you're doing surgery. Right there, he's telling him, by the way, we're going to need your help in fucking surgery. First things first, Mr. Stark, let's make it to breakfast. You ready to suit up, Peter? Why, we going after Venusville? Well, maybe later. But for your first duty calls. Oh, wait. You mean, but what about Dr. O? Well, he'll be walking us through it. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any hands at the moment, or any other useful body parts. Nurse Lily here is a field veteran. Did tours in Corto Maltese and San Marte, and I could hold my own with a blade. Have we are short-staffed. You said you were a scientist. So boom, great ending for that scene. Great ending for that page. Now we got page 16. How is it possible that every single page became 8 fucking panels? We just ended up with way too much to say in these comic books. But sometimes when it's doing conversational panels, you can have 8 panels because it's just characters talking to each other. When you start getting into action, all this other bullshit and intrigue, then you go back to your 6 panels, your 5 panels, your 4 panels if it's a really cool hardcore splash page. Splash page. It's just fun to say. Plutonium. Arrange usual reception, please. Come in, 254. So we get here, we'll be done with the second act. Essentially, the 2 quarters of this story will be done. No, 2/3. 2/3. Because every 4 pages will be thirds. So the second act, yes. You get to page 9, technically that's the third quarter. Yes. Yes, I know. I wonder if your feelings are clear on this, Lord Vader. They are clear. Here it is, the idea for a beautiful X-Men piece. Let's see what this guy sent me while we wait to do this next page. X-Men. What do you show me, kid? Show me something good. Figures the phone's not working. Here we go. Oh, nice. Very nice. X-Men. All right. Let me know if you like it, and I'll keep going right now. All right, so I'll look at that. Can't show it on here because there's nudity. There's nudity involved. All right. So now we got one more page to go here. We did a gorgeous page. Nurse Liz, Nurse Lily. Got surgery going down on fucking Tony Stark here. So now we can go into the fucking surgery or we can transition to another scene. Remember, we've got Venusville going on. The living brain is now there in S.H.I.E.L.D. with them. Where else are we going here? Norman Osborn, we could give him some kind of adventure, but he's disappeared for a while. They left him there. He disappeared. In the Gamma Mine. He's out of the picture for a while. We don't want to bring him back too fast. We just kind of left him out there. Spider-Man left him not to die because he had saved Spider-Man's life. So Peter just returned the favor and said, do not come back to Empire City. I will fucking kill you if you do. All right, now Green Goblin wants to take over the whole crime syndicate. He says, I will fucking kill Spider-Man to prove to you motherfuckers that I should be running crime and not this idiot Silver Mane. Imagine a gentleman, a little corporation, and I can eradicate your greatest nemesis. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You think me so naive? We can reach an understanding. You and me should be working together. I want to become crime boss of this fair city. You prove you can deliver that promise, Goblin, and I think we'll talk. That's all you want? Give me 24 hours. All right. So he's going to go after him. He's like, this prick, the Goblin's going to fuck up all my plans to run crime here in the city. Where did that come from? Let's kill Spider-Man. All the gangsters are shooting at Spider-Man. He comes kicking through, beats up all the fucking gangsters, whipping some gangster asshole. Thunk, smash, punch. Everyone's going down. It's a battle royale. Silvermane's getting the fuck out of there. Nurses are here to take care of people. May Parker, Peter's not there to be there. Mary Jane's pissed off because Peter's disappearing. She's looking all over the fucking place for Peter. Peter doesn't realize he's got to get back to fucking Aunt May. And then Gloria Grant is there. I found this recipe for a carrot milkshake and I was wondering if I would play guinea pig. Yes. Well, how was it? Let me put it this way. It was interesting. Not bad. I'm afraid so. In fact, it's downright awful. She's cute. Gloria Grant. Peter grabs a bicarbonate and turns back to his books. All right, so Peter's studying. Harry Osborn is still tied up. He frees himself. Goblin comes in. He's pissed off. He puts him back up. Victim of his own insanity. He puts him back up there and flies off. Peter can't study. He can't concentrate. So let me go see Aunt fucking May. And we got here back at the offices of the Daily Bugle. Don't you think you're being a little hard on him, Jonah? The devil I am. I couldn't fit the headline on the paper. I don't want excuses, Jerkins. I want results. Mary Jane's looking for Peter Parker. We have enough trouble trying to find Parker when I want to find him, which isn't often. This isn't a dating service, lady. We have time, Peter, or his poor Aunt May is going to die. Huh? Well, I was a little hasty there. You better come in, Mary Jane. Tell me about it. May Parker had an attack on the steps of City Hall, then another attack in the hospital room. Okay, we all know about that. As the old lady with chicken soup once said, it couldn't hurt. They call Peter. He misses the phone because he's selfish and a prick. Aunt May's in trouble. He's got to get back there to good old Aunt May, but then a pumpkin bomb smashes him in the side. He goes flying off the fucking side. They're going to start fighting outside the window. I remember this issue. Spider-Man versus the Green Goblin just outside the hospital room. As he's trying to get to the hospital, he realizes he has to fucking beat the shit out of the Green Goblin because he's got to get to his Aunt May, who he loves very, very much. But the problem is the stupid fucking Green Goblin keeps throwing him and smashing him and throwing him in a fucking bag. Your nephew will be any second to sign the surgical consent forms. Just fucking make the surgery. I hate when they do this shit. If it's an emergency, you fucking have the surgery. Stupid fucking issue. I like the last one better. But then you knew where they were going with that one. The Magia. Theater of Fury. Well, I said, we're sitting there and we're little kids. I'm 1 year old. I'm a little baby. And I read The Amazing Spider-Man, and now the next issue I read is the Marvel team-up Spider-Man and Tigra. Now again, Tigra would make a good agent. As a matter of fact, she could be the one that they got trapped there. She's like a saber tooth or something. They're experimenting on it. But now remember, they don't have the medical facilities. We took that away. So Tigra. Obviously, what this cover is telling us is that Kraven's going to somehow turn Tigra on Spider-Man. They'll fight each other for fucking 3 or 4 pages. They'll realize they're on the same side and then beat the shit out of Kraven. Do I know the formula already? Are we done with fucking Razorback? Okay, we're gonna be with the fucking Beetle next. God, they throw this cavalcade of shitty villains at you, huh? All right, where were we here? You said you were a scientist. Okay, so Peter's got to go do some surgery. Now we can have a transition page here. We can just jump right to them being fine. What are our other outside stories? Our other pieces of our onion? Norman Osborn's gone. We don't have any storyline for him yet. We have a mystery villain in charge of Venusville that's watching them, but he says we're going to wait patiently so we can put them away for now. Because right now they're doing surgery. Dr. O, Nick Fury, Tony Stark, Spider-Man, they're all doing surgery in the underground bunker underneath the White House. That's where they are. What's going on in Empire City? We got Mayor Jonah Jameson. We could do a quick interlude up there. But I feel like that's more the ending of showing John Jameson turning into the Man-Wolf. Surgery's going on. Let's cut. We can cut to John Jameson turning into a fucking werewolf real quick. Meanwhile, we could do that. A quick transition scene. Not Venom yet. He's not Venom yet. Whatever was left with John Jameson goes in there. Okay, so what do we have here notes wise? Anything we could use? People's Liberation Front. It could be running Venusville. Another girl, Carol Danvers. Storyville, which is New Orleans. Gwen Stacy, Red Sparrow. John Jameson, Venom Werewolf. Movie scene, Captain America. So we don't have a few notes here. Connect, Tigra, Tiger Amulet. Ahmed Korba, Hand of Saigon. Fuck him, he sucks. Red Sparrow. We already talked about Red Sparrow. Double Agent Red Sparrow. Blood Transfusion Spider-Gwen. We already got that. Yakuza Medusa. We're doing that with Jose. We know we want with that, so we're good there. We know what we want to do. Yakuza Medusa. I don't need that. I know that it's in my brain when Jose's coming. That's going to be our show. That's what I'm paying for. You know what? We got to mine another issue because I got to figure what to do here. I think an obvious transition we could show up and go up to Empire City real quick and show John Jameson turn into a werewolf, and then come back to the post surgery. I don't think there's anything we need to do with Venusville now, but let's see what we get out of this Spider-Man Tiger team up. We need 6 more panels to finish our assignment for today. Worst case scenario, we'll bleed into another month of Spider-Man. We have 2 issues here to keep mining. Our goal is always to do it within 2 months worth of Spider-Man, but if we don't, we bleed into a 3rd month, it happens. Lousy academic shape. He's behind in his classes. Burning bright. A swing through Midtown couldn't hurt. So he's swinging around town because he's all fucked up. He needs to think. He's going stir crazy. Skylarking through the night without a care in the world. Enjoy yourself, Spider-Man. I love Craven. He was the villain of my first in the AracKnight. We had him as our Henry Ducard. He was the father of Jamilion. Obviously, Craven is now stalking him. Holy cow, it's Craven. Boom! Nice fucking uppercut. Catches him. So it's a good old-fashioned Spider-Man Craven brawl. What gives, Craven? Been taking a Jack LaLanne crash course since we last fought? That's right, they fought with the tarantula. Him and Craven are fighting. He shoots him with some fucking darts. He knocks him out. No antidote. In a few moments, it'll all be over. Everything's going crazy around me. I'm trapped in a giant web. I can barely move. He's hallucinating. You're not Craven. It can't end this way. No! But he does. Head throbbing, body aching, feeling miserably. He preferred being dead. And he finds he's Craven's prisoner. Welcome to my humble home, old enemy. My pet and I are pleased to see you finally awake. That woman, I recognize her from the bugle file. She's Tigra. But I'd read she was working with the Fantastic Four. Well, I'm not up to that yet. What's she doing with Craven? Heck, what am I doing here? I have classes in the morning. All right, Craven, what's going on? You had me at mercy. Why'd you let me live? She was, though she's long since departed the Baxter Building in Fantastic Fours 177 through 183. All right, so now I got to read up to that now. That's the new assignment. Read up to Fantastic Four 183. Ye oldie archivist Archie. I'm going to read about Tigra. She looks hot there with Craven. Because in my own way, Spider-Man, I'm a man of honor, and you are a foe worthy of respect. I could have slain you then. I was sorely tempted, but I think this is a far better way. All right, we've used Craven, but I always love when Craven talks. Oh, she looks hot. Nice, hot, sexy fucking tiger bitch. Can't freak him. Oh, nice ass there, Tiger. Oh, nice. Oof. They know how to draw these hot bitches, man. I'd be easy to hold a greased pig. So Tiger, of course, must be brainwashed. I didn't think it's possible. Those chains would have held a bull elephant. Quickly, Tigra, finish him. Spider-Man fighting Tigra. She looks hot. Tell me you wouldn't have sex with a chick that looks like a fucking tiger. That fucking body. Come on. You do it in 3 seconds. You fantasize about it. We all do. Slave Tigra, frozen Craven. Could we do that? Could that work? Slave Tigra. Would anybody buy it? Frozen Craven. I mean, I'm a Tigra fan. She looks fucking fantastic here. As a matter of fact, if I do a slave Tigra, I need these pictures. So give me a second. This is work. This is what I do for a living. For some reason, I'm getting in the mood to do a slave Tigra. Let's get some shots here. This is a good shot right here. All right, we're getting some shots because I might do a Tigra and Craven piece. Let's get that shot. Craven. Some Tigra shots. Got to get the butt. Oh, definitely need the butt. I do have the greatest job in the world. Oh, yeah. I think that's good, right? Oh, one more. Nah, we don't do that. All right. Good job, FK. So he's watching. He's fighting Tigra. What the hell's going on? Oh, she's got a little chip on the neck. Some ornamental diamonds is a bunch of printed circuits. I wonder if the little gizmo has something to do with her Tiger's antisocial behavior. Intense electromagnetic field could be used to screw up the normal operation of a person's brain. I remember in biology class, we discussed that in my fucking biology class, a fancy radio. Okay, so the mind control's over. Throwing a monkey wrench. Now he's pissed. You. Wait, she's looking past me. I'm not even here. She could care less about me. She wants. I need one more shot. That she looks. Dude, they drew her hot in this fucking issue. I'm sorry. So gonna have to do a Tigra piece or a slave Chitara. Ooh, a Tigra and Chitara together. Yes. Oh, that's my next piece. Tigra and Chitara as those sexy secret agents. Thundercats. Like Thundercats but shield agents. Thundercat shield agents. That's his next piece. Thundercat shield agents. Or I can have. I just had my guy Renato just did the Gigantra and the Kraken. If it sells well, if the original art sells, I think it will, then we could get somebody doing Tiger and Chitara. I can have him do. I can send him the piece that we just did, and have him doing Tiger and Chitara. There's something about this. I'm looking at this now. I want a Tiger and Chitara cover. Yes, yes, that's happening. Now I just got to decide who does it. My guy Iago is working on the Gwen Stacy, Mary Jane right now. So he's working. I think we got to give this one to Renato. Your Lord and Master Tigra, you were mind, body, and soul a moment ago. You will be so again. I'll tear your heart out first. Oh, they had a thing, man. You know he was banging it. I first told you when we met. As I told you when we first met against Craven the Hunter, you are playing out of your league. They met in Marvel Chillers. I'll be lucky sorry I attacked you. I understand. Oh, she looks hot in that trench coat. Back in Chicago, I helped him put in prison on a kid. He escaped last year. I went after him, tracked him east. I lost his trail when I got involved with the Fantastic Four. Later, I heard you captured him. He was being shipped back to prison in Illinois when he busted out again. I went after him again. I figured I could take him. I had the last time we fought, so I went it alone. He was waiting for me. Oh, good lord. Yellow. Okay. Are you hitting a button or something? Okay. Nice to see you. All right. This entire issue is about them drawing Tiger to look fucking hot and inspire me to do a Tiger cover. A Tiger and Chitara cover. Like in a cage, almost like a double slave Leia kind of thing. Or Jose could do a Tiger and Chitara. No, Jose's doing a Yakuza Medusa. He must have been after me all along, laying down a pattern of clues to keep me occupied till he was ready to take me. And finally, this is set up specifically designed to confuse my feline hypersenses. Oh, she's hot. Reading this issue inspired a new cover, which is why we do this job. Hits it with the paralyzer gas. You know what this is, Tiger. A mnemonic scrambler. Once this collar is snapped around your neck, every thought will be mine to control. You will be my willing slave. Oh, that's hot. They drew her so hot in this issue. With all the control, turning me into Craven's pet, he began phase 2 of his plan and went after you. I didn't want to fight you, Spider-Man. Part of me is pure hunting cat, living only for the thrill of the chase and the kill. Normally, I keep that half of myself on a very tight rein. I need that shot of her fucking face. Oh, look, DraftKings, I have one job match. Really, which one? Oh, marketing. Hoboken. Wait a minute. I apply for that job. Shitload of Tiger shots. Tiger is going to be another cover. And I'm going to read all the way up to her joining the Fantastic Four. Where you going? Hunting. I know with Craven's scent pal. With my powers, you can follow me anywhere. Okay, Manhattan. I'm impressed, Craven. All this time you made like we were in Africa. Turns out we're as far west as Jersey. Stampede. Once upon a time, this had been a safari park. Hundreds of acres of sculpted to resemble the African veldt, stocked with all manner of exotic beast. The novelty wore off, attendants dropped, owners went bankrupt, and the park finally closed. The animals, forgotten in all the conflicts, confused litigation that followed, ran wild. Many of them died. That's fucked up. Until Craven took refuge in the park, he nursed the surviving animals back to health and trained them to obey his every command. Tonight, that training seems to be paying off. That was nice of Craven. Why don't they get into the fact that Craven saved all these fucking animals? One misstep and Spider-Man's no more. They must be fleeing. We did the Stampede, which was awesome. Just shows why Craven's one of the coolest fucking villains ever. I'll do that what I please, cat thing, on a bet. My ultrasonic blaster, Tigra, modified since our last clash. This was a sexy issue. Hits him with a web ball. Gets stampeded. Spider-Man! His pitch threw him off balance. He fell into the stampede. He'll be trampled. He sacrificed his life to save me. Animals do almost anything to avoid stepping on something alive in their path. With his strength and stamina and a lot of luck, maybe Spider survived. Spider-Man, you're alive. We like Tigra. No broken bones. All I think I really need is a miracle cleanser that'll wash away ground and dirt. Right, you must mean soap. So Craven, they punched out Craven. Not bad. I think I busted my hand on his belt buckle, but it was worth it. Poor Craven, you'd think he'd know how hard it is to sneak up on someone who has a handy dandy spider sense. That's it, they just knock him out, they don't fucking arrest him or fucking kill him. Jesus Christ. Giant sized man thing. All we really got out of there is a cover, which is good. We mined a cover out of it because Tiger was drawn so hot, it inspired a cover. It inspired a cover. We wrote this cover down. Let's write it here so we don't forget. Slave. Tigra. Frozen Craven. Chitara and Tigra. Thundercats. Agents. Like a cool, like Shield style Thundercats thing. Chitara and Tigra, Thundercats agents. Chitara, Tigra, and you need one more cat character. Or Catwoman. Chitara, Tigra, Catwoman. Ooh, that could be like a hot menagerie. That could be his thing. Chitara, Tigra, and Catwoman. Like you have Selena Kyle, and she's flanked by Tigra and Cat and Chitara. You gotta tell that to Renato. The cat house. You send him that cat house piece, and you tell him I want Tigra, Chitara, Are there any other hack? I mean, Fearal's not that hot. Wolfsbane, nah. Tiger and Chitara. I still like Thundercats agents. Point is, we got a bunch of cool little Chitara Tigra type covers that we pulled out of that issue, which makes the issue worth it. That's why we do the team up every now and then. That entire issue was them just drawing Tiger looking hot, which was awesome. You were a kid, you were speckling off to that. Everyone got a page to write. Giant size man thing. Do we want to transition up to Empire City in a full moon? So we need to transition out because they're doing surgery. You can't just go to the next scene. So we need a transition. Let's go back to we pan up to a shot of Empire City gleaming in the oncoming full moon carrying over the horizon. Caption across. Put to a shot of Empire City floating among the clouds, gleaming in the oncoming full moon carrying over the horizon. Caption across the panel reads, meanwhile, as a full moon carries, meanwhile, as a full moon carries over Empire City, meanwhile, as a full moon carries over Empire City. Does it say carry? Not carries, crosses. Meanwhile, as a full moon crosses over Empire City, we can have the mayor having a reception, like a welcome home, John, you know? You can have a really tender moment between Jonah and his son, and then Jonah goes back in, and that's when he has his, like, werewolf fucking breakdown. So we need a transition here. They're having surgery. It's why you have multiple characters and arcs going on so you can go in and out. There's nothing a little more annoying than just going right to the next scene. It's like you lose something there. Why don't you just follow through the surgery then, you know? Meanwhile, as a full moon crosses over Empire City, as a full moon crosses over Empire City, an astronaut finally enjoys. Meanwhile, as a full moon crosses over Empire City, an astronaut finally enjoys his homecoming. Boom. We pan into the rooftop penthouse of Mayor Jameson, who is throwing a party for his son, Colonel John Jameson, who has recently come out of his coma after coming back from the moon. Okay. John answers some questions. Well, actually, no. Let's have John slips out of the party and had joined alone on a separate terrace by his father. They have cigars, a quick chat, a nice father and son moment. Mayor Jameson will leave him alone. John will reflect a moment before staring up at the full moon. He will change into a werewolf. Boom. Keep panel 8 there just in case we need it. Let's move these notes. Thundercats are on the move. Thundercats are loose. Feel the magic, feel the roar. Thundercats are loose. Your Thundercats are loose. All right, here we go. Take a ride with Daddy. Go get this food. 1 second, baby girl. We will change into a werewolf. All right, we moved our notes down here to 17. All right. Oh, I'm gonna shoot you when you fucking do that. Stop! I love you, but chill the fuck out. Daddy's working. You know when Daddy's right, you back the fuck off. It's the only mode I care about other than you, how much I love you. So back the fuck up. Pan up to a shot of Empire City floating among the clouds, gleaming in the oncoming full moon carrying over the horizon. Caption across the panel reads, Meanwhile, as a full moon crosses over Empire City, an astronaut finally enjoys his homecoming. We pan into the rooftop penthouse of Mayor Jameson, who is throwing a party for his son, Colonel John Jameson, who has recently come out of the coma, come out of his coma, coming back from the moon. Betty Brant. I don't think. I mean, would he do that for his kid? I mean, the news would be covering everything, wouldn't they? We pan into the rooftop penthouse, who was throwing a party for his son, Colonel John Jameson, who has recently come out of his coma after coming back from the moon. Porter Betty Brant is on hand, as the rest, as well as the rest of the staff and prominent members of Empire City Society. I'm almost. I'm almost what? I'm used to turning. I'm used to turning, gleaming, and proclaiming live from Empire City. Robbie Robertson. Yes, unfortunately, at the request of the mayor. Actually, no, they should be reporting. Yeah, because that's why John would want to slip away. Yes. Live from the mayor's mansion. This is Betty Brant. This is Betty Brant, Now Magazine. And we're here tonight for the official homecoming of Colonel John Jameson. And we're here tonight for the official homecoming of Colonel John Jameson. All right, so we're getting this going here. We pan into the rooftop penthouse of Mayor Jameson, who is throwing a party for his son, Colonel John, who has recently come out of his coma after coming back from the moon. Now remember, they wouldn't be talking about it, you know? Reporter Betty Brant is on hand, as well as the rest of the staff and prominent members of Empire City Society. Live from the mayor's mansion, this is Betty Brant, Now Magazine. And we're here tonight for the official homecoming of Colonel John Jameson. What we've learned. From what we've learned. Colonel Jameson's mission. Colonel Jameson's mission to the moon base. From what we've learned, Colonel Jameson's mission to the moon base was to help From what we've learned, Colonel Jameson's mission to the moon base was to help set up the new fueling stations that will be essential in building our cosmic. From what we've learned, Colonel Jameson's mission to the moon base was to help set up new fueling stations that will be essential. Now I just let it jump down. And we're here tonight for the official homecoming of Colonel John Jameson. What we've learned, Colonel Jameson's mission to the moon base was to help set up the new fueling stations that will be essential to set up further colonization towards Mars and beyond. From what we've learned, Colonel Jameson's mission to the moon base was to help set up the new fueling stations that will be essential to set up further colonization. From what we've learned, Colonel Jameson's mission to the moon base was to help set up the new fueling stations that will be essential to set up the new fueling stations. All right, so that's a period there. Okay. There's too much run. It's a run-on. We hate run-ons. These fueling stations will be essential to set up further colonization towards Mars. Towards Mars and beyond. Colonel Jameson was also in charge of collecting all lunar samples to be produced. He was also in charge of collecting rare lunar samples. Colonel Jameson was also in charge of collecting rare lunar samples as a way of developing a new kind of fuel. Colonel Jameson was also in charge of collecting rare lunar samples as a way of developing a new kind of fuel. We understand that due to the nature of the samples and specimens, obtained on the mission, that Colonel Jameson was required we understand that due to the nature of the samples and specimens obtained on the mission, that Colonel Jameson was required to be in strict quarantine. We understand that due to the nature of the samples and specimens obtained on the mission, that Colonel Jameson was required to be in strict quarantine. But this reporter believes that after one night with his famous father, after one night reunited with his famous father, that he might just go back. We understand that due to the nature of the samples and specimens obtained on the mission, that Colonel Jameson was required to be in strict quarantine. But this reporter believes that after one night reunited with his famous father, that he might just go back. So that's cute. You get a nice transition there. We see the flashing of cameras and clanking of glasses as Colonel John slips out of the party and towards a private terrace. He is silent and alone while the moonlight gleams off his medals, gleams off the medals on his uniform. He is silent and alone while the moonlight gleams off the medals on his uniform. Let's see, John off key, Mayor Jonah. You okay, Colonel? We see the flashing of cameras and clanking of glasses as Colonel John slips out of the party and towards a private terrace. He is silent and alone while the moonlight gleams off the medals on his uniform. SFX of the flashing and clanking. You okay, Colonel? Colonel Jameson turns around. He sees his father, the mayor, looking at him with pride, holding two cigars. John Jameson. What? Hi, Dad. Oh, hello, Father. Sir. Jay Cut it. Cut it. No one's here. I've been saving. I've been saving these for this moment. Private reserve. Private reserve. Taken out of the humidors. Taken out of the humidor of private reserve. Taken out of the humidor of the king of Cordo Maltese. Cut it. No one's here. I've been saving these for this moment. Private reserve. Taken out of the humidor of the king of Cordo Maltese. My last two. My last two. My only two. Sun, both share a smoke and admire the moon. Mayor Jameson and his son both share a smoke and admire the moon. This is where we get to have a cool little back and forth real quick between them, talking about the moon. Anything you remember, Mayor J. I'm sorry if this is too soon. I'm sorry if this is too soon, son. Sorry if this is too soon, son. We haven't had a chance. Sorry if this is too soon, son. Colonel J. No, I get it. No, I get it then. Duties of leadership. Duties of leadership. Lack of personal. Duties of leadership. Lack of personal space. No, I get it then. Duties of leadership. Lack of personal space. Can't be any worse. Can't be any worse than a coma. I didn't want to bring it up. I didn't want to bring it up. I figured if you ever wanted to talk about, I figured if you wanted to talk about what happened up there. Mayor James and his son both share a smoke and admire the moon. I'm sorry if this is too soon, son. No, I get it, Dad. Duties of leadership, lack of personal space. Can't be any worse than a coma. I didn't want to bring it up. I figured if you ever wanted to talk about what happened up there, I will. I remember. I will. When I remember. Right now, I just want to enjoy the downtime. Right now, I just want to enjoy the downtime. Remember, remember why I enjoy. Right now, I just want to enjoy the downtime. Remember why I love being alive. Empire City is the Giants. Maybe taking a Giants game. I will when I remember. Right now, I just want to enjoy the downtime. Remember why I love being alive. Maybe taking a Giants game. Maybe taking a Giants game. Case it. The mayor will leave him alone then. Okay. Maybe taking a Giants game. Mayor Jameson leaves his son alone as he heads back to the party. Mayor Jameson will say, Dear Jay, say no more, kid. The owner of the team, the owner of the team is downstairs. Say no more, kid. The owner of the team is downstairs. Mayor Jameson leaves his son alone as he heads back to the party. Say no more, kid. The owner of the team is downstairs. Just make sure to save me the label on that thing. Just make sure to save me the label on that thing when you're done. Otherwise, no one will believe. No one will believe. Otherwise, no one will believe that I smoked them. Just make sure to save me the label on that thing when you're done. Now Magazine is doing a feature on me. Just make sure to save me the label on that thing when you're done. Now Magazine is doing a feature on me. That's cute. It's a cute line, leaving him to leave his son alone. Mayor Jameson leaves his son alone as he heads back to the party. Say no more, kid. The owner of the team is downstairs. Just make sure to save me the label on that thing when you're done. Now Magazine's doing a feature on me. He bolts off. All right. See John, Colonel John, smiling at his father while he takes another puff of the cigar. We can add another panel here. We'll add panel 9. Yeah. Our class is done. But we're going to mine this last issue. Because I want to figure out, and we're going to use this last issue of Spectacular Spider-Man to finish our class tonight. We see Colonel John smiling at his father while he takes another puff of the cigar. Suddenly, as the moon glows upon him and shines off his medals, he suddenly starts to convulse and stagger. Okay. See a shot. See a small final panel shot of the cigar, of the expensive cigar and label hit the ground, still burning, while all we hear is the roar of a werewolf flooding the panel. Yeah! So this page is done. We just got to put the dialogue in or some sound effects. In order to do that, let's mine this last page here, which just so fucking happens to be the giant-sized man thing. And they used to have a giant-sized, they literally had a comic book called Giant-Sized Man Thing. The dead of night, Spider-Man's in the fucking swamp. Lord in heaven. Oh shit, my mistake. He's collapsing. All right, he's trapped in a tank. They met giant-sized Spidey, number 5, which we read in this class. Spider-Man, Perry Jade. They went to the circus. They saw the man thing inside the tank. He rampaged Atlanta. That was months ago. Amos Jardine, circus owner. But gives you the right to exhibit him. All these circus toughs come in here to knock fucking Peter out because he's trying to save the man thing. One lump of fatso deserves in 100 lifetimes. Roustabouts happened and what happened. Circus was heading north out of winter quarters in Florida. A jerkwater hamlet named Citrusville. Ooh, Citrusville. We got a new city. Citrusville. The floating Disney Death Star station. Or loading port, which could be our Moss Isley. All right. Or someone's taken over the Disney Death Star. They will use it for danger. Okay, Harding Circus. When the flames died down, Hardy didn't care. Dead or alive, he figured Man-Thing one heck of an attraction. So they stuck him here like an animal. Spider-Man's going to fight Hardin, shoot him full of webs. Sorry, Mr. Hardin, I can't do that. Oh, no, this is team up. Oh, no, okay, so don't count this. Don't count this. This is the wrong one. We'll do this. We'll do this later. No, go over here. Tiger we did. Yeah, I'm sorry, I fucked up. I clicked Man-Thing by accident. We're supposed to be here. The Beetle. Sorry, we didn't use anything from there anyway. Okay. Citrusville we used. But that's in our notes for next time. We'll use it next time. Now we gotta get through this fucking Beetle. Spider-Man and the fucking Beetle. A lot has happened in Peter Parker's life lately. A lot more is about to happen. Check out Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah, they're trying to get you to buy their stupid issues. They're running 3 fucking Spider-Man issues at once. We're trying to pretend like we're living back in the 70s when this was the order that we would get these comic books. That's why we don't count that team up. That's a month away. We got bikers, though. Bikers jumping on top of cars. This is interesting. McCone realizes no chance he'd be alive to collect his award this year. Was this? The New York Police Department gave an annual award to the cop who came the closest to being killed in action. It would have gone to Officer Joey McCone the past 3 years running. All right. Obviously, they try to use this to develop more side characters. Hero cop nads, fleeting counterfeiters. It's an hour and a half to lunchtime. Taking your bet. Jameson come in. It's time we had a hero in town. McCone JJJ. Benevolent leader. Peter gets sent out. I'd rather be a divorcee than a widow, and I meant it. Sure, I was proud of you when you brought that little girl's killer. You single-handedly captured the smugglers, and today I won't be proud when your heroes get you killed, Joe. Psycho Joe McCone. Maybe not some people think cops should be cowards. So again, we're developing side characters. Good old Joe McCone. It's going to stake my entire stake to hire enough diversions to empty that precinct house. But the Beetle has always gone in style before. Oh, good God, the Beetle. The fucking Beetle who's throwing crimes all over the city for diversions so that he can keep everybody busy while he steals what? A fucking better uniform? Oh, you stupid fucking villains. He's got suction cups on his thumb. Why is he even called a Beetle? He's not even doesn't have a Beetle's colors. Hydroponic agendas. Do we get anything out of this issue that we could use to finish up today? The fucking Beetle. You stupid fucking villain. I hope Spider-Man punches you and fucking kills you because you're that much of a terrible fucking villain. Oh, good God. Oh, good God of Christ. Why have you come to my planet? Crazy Joey McCone, packets of heroin all over the place. Holy shit, I could do some good. That would stop me, even as a water cooler. Stop, blicky paste. He turns the heroin into paste. He throws the paste Gets him into the Beatles thing. The Beetle gets all clogged up. Joey McCone's a fucking hero, a big time hero. The Beetle can't fight anymore because he's all clogged up with fucking gummy heroin. He gets it into his jaws there. He gets high as fuck on the heroin. And good old Joey is injured and he gets his award stolen in an airport from a businessman who died soon afterwards. Detective McCone. I discovered the false bottom in this. A cool million and easy to steal, carefully laundered cash. Ooh. The Angel, the Iceman. So the idea is this chick is upset because he's a psycho. There is applause. More words come from the commission, but Marianne McCone doesn't stay. That's news. Human interest. And a photo Peter could sell, but somehow the Daily Bugle cannot bring himself to snap the shutter. Because Peter Parker knows too well that there are problems, like the idea is that he's always going to be running into problems. He should have just kept the money. There's not much we can get out of that one. The problem is the spectacular Spider-Man is they're trying, all right, which is fine. That's what you got to do. They're trying to write more of those human interest stories about the psycho cop. And Peter is like, I understand, but at least that cop gets paid. But man, she wanted that million. And I believe we're good to go. We got our 2 months worth here. We see Colonel John smiling at his father while he takes another puff of the cigar. We could have Betty Brant fill in some lines here. We talk about John's quarantine. She got 3 lines right there that we want to use. We see Colonel John smiling at his father, takes another puff. So I can write something about maybe taking a Giants game. Say no more, kid. Now magazine's doing a feature on me. Hmm. Colonel John Jameson. Hmm. Are we doing a narrative box? Are we doing a point of view box? We're just going to do some exposition. Colonel John smiling at his father while he takes another puff of the cigar. Suddenly, as the moon glows upon him and shines off his medals, he suddenly starts to convulse and stagger. SFX of the convulsing and staggering. SFX of the loud, long wolf roar. Ow! Now again, you have your SFX. You can end it right there, but if you want to get some wording in, you got to make it worth it. Got to make it count. Colonel John smiling at his father while he takes another puff of the cigar. Like you think at first he's staggering because he just took too strong of a puff. Lee Brandt. Keeping. Would be Betty Brant talking here. So the problem is I don't know who's telling the story right here at this particular point. You could hear him at the party saying, all right, here we go. Takes another puff of the cigar while listening to him bragging to Betty Brant. Here we go. Mayor Jameson. Check out this label, Brent. This is from the Private Reserve. Cordo Maltese. Private Reserve. Check out this label, Brent. Cordo Maltese, Private Reserve. Oh, the fucking hey. Betty Brand. What does it say on the inscription? Cordo Maltese, Private Reserve. It was a big time, Jonah. It was a big time, Jonah. Rumor says they were mixed. It was a big time, Jonah. Rumor says they were mixed with lunar herbs. It was a big time, Jonah. Rumor says they were mixed with lunar herbs. It was a big time, Jonah. Rumor says they were mixed with lunar herbs. What are you implying, Miss Brent? What are you implying, Brent? Suddenly, as the moon glows upon him and shines off his metals, he suddenly. No, because then you think that they're smoking fucking moon herbs now. It was a big time, Jonah. Rumor says the dictator. Quarter Maltese, private reserves. It was a big time, Jonah. Rumor says the commandant. It was a big time, Jonah. Rumor says the commandant mixed them. Rumor says the commandant mixed them with lunar herbs. It was a big time, Jonah. Rumor says the commandant mixed them with lunar herbs. What are you implying, Miss Brent? I am no smuggler. What are you implying, Miss Brent? I am no smuggler. Suddenly the moon glows off him and shines of his metal. He suddenly starts to convulse and stagger. No, I don't know if I like the cigar thing. I don't like these lines. They're cheesy. We see Colonel John smiling. Like, Brant should ask him a question about the moon. Here we go. Cordo Maltese, Private Reserve. Was a big time, Jonah. How has the Colonel been adjusting to life post quarantine? And was the dig for lunar soil successful? It was a big time, Jonah. How has the Colonel been adjusting to life post quarantine? And was the dig for lunar soil successful? Did he happen any chance by any chance by any chance did he happen upon by any chance did he happen upon the blue area, the infamous blue area? What are you implying? Okay. I see you've been reading I see you've been reading up on Dr. Madison's I see you've been reading up on Dr. Madison's theories. And she can end it with, well, she is from Metropolis. Well, she is from Metropolis. She may be easy on the eyes. I see you've been reading up on Dr. Madison's theories. She may be easy on the eyes, Brand, but you know how they are. You know how they think. You know how they are. How they think. How they think over the border. You know how they are. How they think over the border. Well, she is from Metropolis. Suddenly, as the moon glows upon him and shines off his metals, he suddenly starts to convulse and stagger. SFX of the convulsing and staggering. So I got my lines in. She is from Metropolis. We see a final panel of the expensive cigar and label hit the ground, still burning. All we hear is the whir of a werewolf flooding the panel. Well, she is from Metropolis. We can move this to, well, she is from Metropolis. That doesn't answer the question, Mr. Mayor. Mayor Jameson? Betty, come on. Betty, come on. It's a party. Call me Jonah. Betty, come on. It's a party. Well, she is from Metropolis. That doesn't answer the question, Mr. Mayor. Doesn't answer the question. What happened? What happened to your son on the moon? That doesn't answer the question, Mr. Mayor. What happened to your son on the moon? Betty, come on. It's a party. That's all you need. SFX, Loud Werewolf War. Age is finished. And we are done with class, ladies and gentlemen. As always, may fate decide your fortune. And if you like my writing class, buy some fucking Kickstarter merch. Buy some books. Keep me a lifestyle accustomed to. Peace, love, and war. All that shit in between.